you are just beginning your sourdough journey by making your own sourdough starter, you might be wondering what sourdough discard is and whether it's the same as sourdough starter or something completely different. This is something that I had to learn the hard way. It turned out okay in the end, it was just something I wished I had known from the start. Sourdough discard is not exactly the same as the active sourdough starter. The starter is a mixture of flour and water that captures wild yeast and bacteria over time, creating a leavening agent for bread. On the other hand, sourdough discard refers to the portion of the starter that is removed and discarded before feeding the remaining starter during regular maintenance. It contains some of the fermented mixture, but may not be as active as fully refreshed starter. The use of sourdough discard serves both practical and culinary purposes. Practically, discarding a portion of the starter during regular feedings helps maintain a manageable quantity, preventing the starter from growing excessively. Culinary-wise, sourdough discard can be used in various recipes such as pancakes, waffles, muffins, sourdough pasta, and quick breads like banana bread. Remember, you can't use the discard from your homemade sourdough starter for the first 7 days. If you do not discard, the microbial balance within the starter may shift, potentially affecting the flavor and leavening capacity of your sourdough. It becomes very acidic when you don't discard your starter, and this can affect gluten development. Regular discard and feeding help keep the starter healthy, vibrant, and ready to contribute to successful and flavorful sourdough bread. Here you can see where I am about to feed my sourdough starter. It has been in the refrigerator for 1 week. After removing it from the refrigerator, I allow it to warm up. I usually will set it out the night before and allow it to come to room temperature so it's ready for the discard the next morning. I remove most of it and place it into a jar. Then I add my flour and water and stir well. I bring this to a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 4 hours. Once this is completed, it can be placed back into the refrigerator for another week or used from this point to make bread. The discard that I put into another jar can be used in the recipes I mentioned, or it can be saved up for a couple of weeks and made into dog or goat treats. I made a video on this. Check it out if you're interested. Remember, it's not about if, it's about when. S.H.T.F. Survival Homestead Teaching Farm thanks you for watching this video. Please continue to help us help you by liking, sharing, and subscribing.